Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about how to get your own 30 to 40 stacks. Now, before we begin, I just want to make sure that it's understood that this is just one of my preferred methods on gaining those stacks, and it really depends upon the resources that you currently have and might also be affected by the events that are going on. So today we're going to be exploring 3 methods on how I attain those stacks. And the reason why we do this is because the game just gives you a lot of good stacks. So like for example, this one comes from the Black Spirit Adventure, and it gives me a 35 to 45 stack. And there are some points wherein the game also gives you certain stacks like plus 30, and also some that are like plus 100. So it really depends. But when you go to enhancing some of your items and you go through a lot of the stacks because you failed or because of you've accidentally used them on useless things out of frustration, which happens to me a lot, then you would find yourself without any stacks. So today I'm going to be showing to you a method that I've been using for the longest time now to get to a certain amount of 30 stacks and 40 stacks. So before we start with the enhancing, I want to teach you about auto range. So by default, when you open up your inventory, this would be checked, and this would kind of arrange your items in the category wherein the highest are on top, and then the defaults that are, or the base that hasn't been enhanced yet, is somewhere at the bottom. But the problem with this one is it doesn't really organize it in a way that it's proper. As you can see, some of these ones the tries are followed by the plus 14s and then the duo. So when you're speed clicking through things, it kind of makes it harder for you to keep track of it. So what you would do is you would uncheck this one and you would arrange it by level. So this one you could just arrange or place it wherever you would want, and the other ones won't adjust, so it would stay in place. So what you would do here is put your plus 14s on the first and second row if you have 2 rows of it. If not, then just the top, followed by the prize, then the duos, the tries, and then the boss armor. So that's my preferred way of arranging it, so that when you go and enhance these items, it won't be hard to keep track, and you would be more prone to error. Because sometimes I would try to enhance these plus 14s back then when I was beginning, and I was accidentally tapping the tries. So what happened is I was gaining the stacks, but I was losing that leverage of having a try or a death reblath for a higher stack. So this is one thing that's really good to keep in mind. Okay, now let's go to the enhancement part. As you can see, I cleared out my inventory because I don't want the beginners to get confused on those prize, duel, and tries, since we're not touching on that one yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna enhance some of these ones up until we hit plus 15. So the purpose of that is that we want to have some reblaths at the pry level, because those ones, when they fail, when you enhance from pry to duo, they fail and they give you a plus 3 additional chance to your current chance. So not to go far ahead, let's go over and try to click on these ones and try to make as many 20 stacks as we can on these 2 rows. Okay, just a side note before we continue, on the last video I showed you guys the Rulupee travel log. You can find it in the menu and the adventure log under the adventure and adventure log bookshelf. And you could go to the Rulupee travel log. It's on the second shelf, and it's only 1 book. And just a recap, that once you completed 1,000 quests, 1,004 to be exact, and then succeeding one is the 4,821 and the 10,000 one, then you get those permanent enhanced chance. So the other one is kind of far away, the 19,000 one. So I'm currently starting to work towards it, but it's still kind of far and not part of my main goals right now. But it's very good for those who are starting enhancing and trying to find additional motivation to finish through the quests. So the reason why I have a plus 20 at a plus 17 enhancement chance is because I finished those 3 chapters, and that gives me a plus 3. So I would be stopping at plus 17 because like that's effectively 20 stacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and extract him with the Blacksmith Secret Books 20, and continue on making as much as I can, and moving those plus 15s to the 3rd row. So let's stop for a while. So the reason why I have a Grunil armor over here is I just wanted to show you that this method is also possible using the Grunil armors. The helm, the gloves, the boots, and like the actual armor. So if we go to the marketplace, so as you can see that there's a lot of stocks for these Grunil ones. So let's go over to my favorite one, the Grunil armor. And it's fairly cheap. It's just 60,000. If you do want to use this as an enhancement item, then you could do so. It's kind of like more expensive than Reblath, but as you can see the difference, like this one, if you start at plus 13, it's just 13 million, and once you land at Pry, it's at 45, and at every enhancement that you get, like it increases a lot. And if you do ever hit it to try during your enhancement run, then you could sell it for this much. And as you can see, like some of these got bought today, so they do sell. And the main reason why is like, even for me, I kind of use this once as a stack builder to kind of boost my TET stacks a little bit higher, and not like the 80 plus ones, but like the lower ones, like around like 50 to 60. So on that run, we were able to make 17 stacks, which is equivalent to 20 on my case. And these are the ones that we're going to use for enhancement to 30. So the next thing that you're going to be doing is you would want to enhance these ones to Pry. So the way that you would do that is you would tap these plus 14 to get at least like a 10 stack, and then like tap these ones to Pry. And as you can see, it has a very, very high enhancement chance, and it would be basically a 2 million per click to get it to Pry. So if you would want to have a spreadsheet, then like you could do so. But as for me, like I just set a number of items that I'm willing to lose, and then like that's the one that I use to enhance. And there are some instances where you get super unlucky, like this one. What I just do is like I extract that one. Like this one is basically a 20 stack. And now that you've arrived here, I just wanted to show you something real quick. As you can see, it's 10% for Pry to Duo at the base, or like at plus 3 on my case. And if you do load that one up, let's see, let's load a 20. It's now at 23. And this is the same as your boss armor. So like for example, this red nose, it's at 23.8%. So the practical application of this one is as you are building up to, duo and try your armors, or also your enhancement, if you could like, throw in a little bit of the boss armors in here, then like if you want to enhance like your backups and all, then this is like really beneficial. So if it does fail to duo, then you get a duo boss gear that you can try, and so on and so forth. But like if you just want the fail stacks, then you could just like stick to the Reblath. So load up your Reblath and just click twice. You would now land at 23, and it's 26 on my case because of my enhancement chance. And normally what I would do is like I would load in a boss armor, And if it does fail, what I do is I keep that 30 or 26 at this case to the secret book. And we do the same again. We enhance these Reblaths twice. And if it succeeds, that's fine. Load in the other one. Okay, so let's stop here. So as you can see, we were able to enhance to duos. And now we are at 26. So what you do is, so that you don't, get like triggered by like this one firing at 27.69%, you load into duo at a lower percentage is 22.5. So when you click on this one, that lands you to the 30. So 27 on my case. So just a reminder that, just make sure that the base 20 that you have is actually going to be landing at the increased enhancement chance level. So like it's the +1, +2, +3 that I mentioned before. And then on this one, you can see like this is an effective 30 stack. And the next thing we do is go over here and load in our scroll and extract it. And this would land you with a +30 stack and a +29 stack, accounting for your enhancement chance bonus. And that is the one that you would be using to upgrade your boss armors. So for example, this one, you have a dual boss armor, so equivalent to the Reblath shoes. And if you load in your 30 stack or your 29 stack, it increases to 24.38, which is a very high chance to get try. And some players try to go over it, but like personally, I'm comfortable enhancing duo to try at this level, because like if it does fail, then it gets a +4 stack. So like that gives me puts me on a 33-34, which is gonna increase as you go on. So I'm just trying to keep all of my 30 stacks and above, so for like duo to try. So another benefit of having this Reblath cheap method is because of the Devour system. So if you open up your enhancement window and go to Devour, and you click on your Reblath to load it in, you could see that it would give you a 25 stack, so +3 with my effective chance. And at duo, it would give you 30. And if you ever land at try, then this would give you at 40. So this is a cheap way of, it destroys the item, but if you are in a hurry to, to get a stack for a certain enhancement, then you could definitely melt your reserve, or devour your reserve to get those stacks that you need. So by now, I hope you kind of get a gist of what we're doing. So we are enhancing the base Reblaths to +14 and use that +14 to continually enhance up to +20. And then anything that fires to +15, we convert them to pry. And that one is, if it fails from pry to duo, then it would give you +3. And if it does succeed, those duo to try would give you +4. And after that one, then you could just go rinse and repeat up until you have enough stacks that you want. I hope this video has helped you on gaining knowledge on how to create your own stacks, and kind of this is kind of just like a stepping stone on your future enhancement. You don't have to follow this one to the T. You could adjust it depending on the materials that you have, or what events that are going on, because some gives you a lot of enhancement materials and beginning fail stack, and you could adjust accordingly. And I hope that this proves to be valuable in the future, and I would see you guys on the next one.